Hello, my name is Clark Haskins, and I'm with the SAGE North America Center of Excellence. This is part of a series of videos on how to implement preventive maintenance in SAGE X3. This video will provide an overview of finance and preventive maintenance. Let's begin by discussing setup and preventive maintenance that impacts finance, specifically costing parameters. The costing for preventive maintenance follows similar functionality as a work order, with the key difference that the maintenance task product is a non-stock product. The parameters used for preventive maintenance are shared with manufacturing. We're going to look at the TC or Common Data chapter and the cost group. The CLC STD MAT material cost selection standard cost parameter is used in the standard cost price calculation function for a product to choose by default the material cost that is to be used in the standard cost price calculation for a product to value the materials. Similarly, in preventive maintenance, it's used in the same manner. VLT MATXT, or the material cost for work order expected, is used in the work order provision cost calculation function and the WIP valuation calculation function to choose which cost method should be used during the provisional production cost calculation to value the material. And this is identical to the WIP valuation. Again, the value here will also be used in preventive maintenance function. The VLTSEMEXT, or material cost for work order expected, is used in the work order provision cost calculation function and the WIP valuation calculation function to choose which cost method to be used during the provisional production cost valuation to value the semi-finished product. Again, identical to the WIP valuation. This also applies to preventive maintenance as well. And when you see our values within the parameters, you'll see that it's standard cost, standard price, standard price. Now there's a new parameter created in the preventive maintenance chapter, or XAPM, in the accounting interface group, ACC. This new general parameter is used to reference the AUDL journal used to post preventive maintenance job ticket tracking transactions as journal entries. This is similar to an AUDL journal that's used in the same base table to post WIP, but is filtered to preventive maintenance rather than manufacturing. Next, we'll discuss data and preventive maintenance that impacts finance. We'll discuss the product category for the maintenance task product, components, resources, component lists, maintenance task, and standard cost calculation. To discuss the product for the maintenance task product, let's review the product category. Remember, the maintenance task product is not stock managed. If we look at the account cost tab, a new accounting code needs to be created. Let's drill down. In that accounting code, typically an inventory account is used in line 12 stock. For preventive maintenance, we want to apply a maintenance expense account. This may need to be created. This will allow the costs from the job ticket to roll up to an expense account. Now we see in number 2, the valuation method is typically set to standard. Another option is average. If the valuation method is set to standard, we want our standard cost update set to calculated. Now, analytical dimensions can be added if needed. The defaults from this product category will flow to the product site records for the maintenance task products. The components, products and product site records are created. These could be similar to other stock managed products. Once costs are assigned, the components can be added to component lists. We would create component lists, which is the preventive maintenance equivalent of a production BOM. Resources are a key element of preventive maintenance. Resource identifies who performs the maintenance task, the labor. The resource has a key financial impact. From the costing dimension, we drill down. We enter the labor rate. This is the set and run rates that apply. And these are required to have a cost associated with the resource for the standard cost calculation to calculate actual cost of the maintenance task. Any overhead would be added in point 2. And an accounting code is required for WIP interface. This accounting code tells the system which labor and labor variance accounts are to be used for posting. And in point 4, analytical dimensions can be added if necessary. Once your resources have been created, the next step is to create your maintenance task. Your maintenance task is similar to a routing in manufacturing, where the equipment represents the machine work center and the resource represents the labor work center. You see here in the highlighted area. Once you've added your equipment and resource, it's then that you enter the planned time for the specific task operation. These values are what are utilized for calculating the standard cost. Next, we want to create the cost for the maintenance task product and then perform the standard cost calculation. Key pieces of differentiation within preventive maintenance is that for the routing code, we would enter the job ticket routing code here in the routing code field, and in the BOM code field, we would enter the job ticket BOM code and perform the calculation in the same manner you would for any other manufactured product. Now, preventive maintenance transactions perform similarly to the manufacturing transactions. Separate videos are available on how to implement these transactions within preventive maintenance. For this video, we'll provide a brief overview of the areas that impact the finance area. On a job ticket, once the job ticket's created, the following cost inquiries can be run just like on a work order. You see the list in the options section here. The job ticket provisional cost calculation, the WIP cost inquiry, and the provisional cost inquiry are available from the job ticket. The key element for finance within job ticket tracking is because of the importance of the actual resource, the resource within the task tracking section. It's a required field, since a cost could not be applied if there isn't a resource used in the task tracking. So you see from the error message here that if that field is left blank, an error message is received and the tracking cannot be completed without that resource being added. Once job ticket tracking is completed for the job ticket, the next step is the job ticket close. This function performs just like the work order close, in that the job ticket must be complete prior to completing the close step. If the complete hasn't been done, the job ticket can be completed within the job ticket close function, again, just like work order close. Now, closing the job ticket blocks any changes from being made to the job ticket. Whether costing is completed in the job ticket close is determined by the following setting. So within Windows Management, under XAIM Close window, we refer to line number 3 under the button menus grid and highlighting the close portion. This gives us the availability to adjust the setting for the cost price calculation. We have 3 options. Option 1, don't prompt the user to perform cost and don't execute the cost. Option 2, don't prompt the user, but execute the cost automatically. Option 3, prompt the user to perform the cost and execute based on their response of yes or no. So once we execute the close, depending on whether we're configured for costing, whether the costing occurs within the job ticket flow, if it's yes, we go direct to job ticket WIP posting. And it's in job ticket WIP posting where the journal entries are completed for the job ticket and can be viewed in journal entries. If the job ticket has not been costing, then we must perform the job ticket WIP finalization to complete the costing step and then perform job ticket WIP posting. Thank you for watching this video on implementing preventive maintenance in Sage X3. Please refer to other videos in this series on implementing preventive maintenance for more details on the specific preventive maintenance functions.